Welcome back, folks, to another quick clip tip. Today I'm going to show you how that you can remove scratches, actually some pretty big ones if you have big ones, from your fretboard. And if you can look right here, there's 3 right there. I don't know what in the world would do something like that. I'm going to focus on these 3 right here first. Let me get up there. Yeah, I think you can see that. If your fingerboard or fretboard is rosewood or ebony, what I'm about to show you is we'll get rid of them completely. You won't even know there was ever a scratch there. So let me get the camera in the tripod and we'll get right on this. Now the specs on this guitar says this is a Indian rosewood fingerboard, fretboard. I keep calling it fingerboard for some reason. It's a fretboard. The specs, that you look them up online, it says this is Indian rosewood, but it looks like someone tried to dye it sometime, and the dyes wore off up here near the nut. Well, from probably the 10th fret up to the nut, most of the dye is worn away. And now I'm going to wear some more of it away right here. So probably what I'll do is just this is 1500 grit paper, by the way. Probably what I'll do is sand all of these in between these frets to make it all look the same before we put oil on the board or new strings on the guitar. Maybe I should have just went ahead and took these strings off, but you can see those scratches before your very eyes disappearing. At least I hope you can see it. I need a little cup of water just to wet my finger enough to stick to the paper a little bit. It's sure not sticking very good. Maybe I'll fold the paper. Try that again. It was working before. I'm going to sand across the entire width of the fretboard just so that look will be across the entire width of the fretboard. And like I say, I'll have to go between every fret and do this now to make the entire fretboard look right. We in the camera? Yes, we are. High magnification. I'd like to say thank you to the guys and gals that are clicking that support button, man. You can thank those guys for the pictures you're seeing right now, because those lenses really made a world of difference. Okay, I'm switching to 2000 grit paper right here now. Strange enough, it sounds rougher than the 1500 grit. Like I say, I'm going to do this between every fret because the stain or whatever that is wearing off anyway. So this will kind of give it a better natural look, I think. Doesn't take all that long to do it. But the scratches are gone. They are history already. I don't know if the camera's getting, yeah, it is. The camera's getting that stuff coming off. The black, I don't know if it's dye or stain or what they did there, but something very funky about this rosewood board. So says the specs. I don't even know if it's rosewood or not until it does look like rosewood once I sand that dark, whatever that stuff is, away. I'll probably, when I do all of the frets, I probably will start with a rougher grain than this, so it will move rather quickly. Now I have here, for your viewing pleasure, the 2500 grit. Yes, sir. Now you can also take, I meant to mention this, take a razor blade. If I had the strings off, it'd be a lot easier, but take a razor blade and go in there like so and just scrape everything away. I usually do that when there's, you know, the fretboard has dents worn down in it. I'm sure you've all seen, like in a certain area, a guitar has been played a lot, and you know, someone may be squeezing too hard, wearing dents into the fretboard. And I take a razor blade, flatten those back out, and then go over that with sandpapers until I smooth it back out. That works really well. And I could do that here, but these scratches are just, I mean, they just scratch through the stain, basically. I might take a razor blade when I do these others. It would be faster, and then hit them with the sandpaper. But yeah, man, you can already see the dents, the scratches disappearing. I think I'm going to have to get another piece of sandpaper and some water. Hold on, I'll bring you back for that. There's a tiny scratch still there, right here. And I'm going to leave it because if I take that scratch out, it's going to take so much of this black stain or dye off, and it's going to look funny. And now, because I did that, I got to go between every fret and sand a little from that black. I'll probably take a razor blade like I was telling you and do it. Remove some of that black and then smooth it down with sandpaper. Let me get the camera in hand though and bring you over here and show you. Those scratches, all of them but one, are gone. I might take it down farther. I don't think I will though. You can see the one scratch still there, right here. The others are gone. But see what I mean with that black? And up here where it's wore off, it's like they put some kind of dye or stain or something over that rosewood. I can't really tell if it's even rosewood or not because of that stuff that's on there. But the scratches are gone. I'll go ahead and probably take a razor blade and just to go over these enough to remove, to make it look like these. And then I will take sandpaper and go over the razor blade marks, removing them. But I'm going to wait till I got strings off of it to do all that. But anyways, if you got fret, you know, whatever happens, you can bang your instrument into something, get a scratch or a nick in the fretboard. And this is one way to correct it, get rid of it. And if I didn't have this black shit all over there, it would have made it a little bit easier. But it's all good. Another way you can do it, if it's very big, drop rosewood dust into it and 1 drop of CA glue onto that. Let that cure and then sand it down, and you'll never know there was a dent. I've fixed big dents in guitars like that before. I don't know if you can see the wear in this board. It's not all that bad, but it's got a little bit of finger wear right down into the board itself. But see where that stuff's, it's wore off up here. And then it starts to get kind of dark around the 10th or 11th fret and the 12th fret. Past the 12th fret, it's almost black. I don't know why anyone would do that if that is really rosewood, like the specs say it is. Hold on. So there is a quick clip tip for you, a very quick one. Like I say, I'll take a razor blade and go over these others, and then a little sandpaper and blend it in, make them look, you know why they would cover up rosewood. The guitar, by the way, is a Sigma DR28H. I apologize for not mentioning that in earlier videos. This has been in my life since 2009, and I guess I assumed that, I don't know what I was thinking. But anyways, DR, that means it's a dreadnought. 28 on the D28 scale. H represents herringbone trim. Is what that all stands for. Sigma Guitars. It was made in Japan. This one was by Martin and Company. But y'all, man, I hope that helps some of you guys out if you bang your fretboard into someone else's headstock or whatever. And you know, it's pretty easy to get rid of the scratches out of your fretboard. Sandpaper or a razor blade. Thank you guys again for watching. Next video, I left these strings on here because I want to. I know we set it up, checked it. I want to tune it up to pitch with the old strings, okay, and then reset everything. Set the neck relief again, the action if we need to. Check the intonation. Won't be able to get too close with old strings. But, you know, get it in the ballpark, and then put new strings on it one at a time. Because when you loosen the strings on a guitar like this, and this one's been here a day like this now, and then you tighten them all back up, tune it up to pitch, things change all the time, man. The humidity, the temperature, the neck relief, the moisture content in the wood, so many things can change. So I'm going to leave the strings on it, tune it back up to pitch with the old strings, set all that crap again, put a new string on one at a time so we maintain the stress on it under that setup, then check it all again, and finally we'll get to hear it. Finally, in the end, we'll get to hear it. So anyways, that's what's happened at the house. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps you. Cheers. Hope to see you on the next one. Woo! The boogity bop. See you there.